Hi, I'm Jim. I'm not a mechanically inclined person, but I bought an 87 F-150 with the 4.9 liter inline six and a 4-speed manual transmission to try to learn some of this mechanical stuff, because it's something that I've always wanted to learn, and now I have the opportunity to do so. And I figured it's best to learn on my own stuff, so when I break it, it's my own fault and it's my own problem. So yeah. This truck has rod knock in it. I knew that when I bought it, and I knew I was either going to have the engine rebuilt or replaced. And it's looking like the engine, it's more financially, it makes more financial sense for me to just replace it. So I'm starting to remove the engine. First day's goals were to have all the fluids drained out of it and have the gas run off. Obviously, none of those were accomplished. You'll see here in a second why. I'm looking forward to this, but if it all goes like today did, it's going to be a very long and painful process. So, I learned a lot today, and hope you enjoy it. And please help if you can. This is it running on 5 cylinders. And then you can see it's running kind of rough, unless even when I it runs a lot rougher than front idle. You hear that clickety clack? This motor's done, and I'm gonna be glad to get rid of it. So basically what I'm doing right now is I set my fuel selector switch to the rear tank, because I know that one's empty. And I basically run it out of gas, so I don't have any gas pouring all over me when I'm pulling the engine out. So where we last left off, I was just running the truck on the rear fuel tank, because I thought since the rear fuel tank was empty that it would just run out of gas. I was incorrect. And then I started trying to find the inertia valve, or inertia switch, the fuel shutoff valve. And as you can see, where those 2 holes are is where it's supposed to be. And I spent 2 hours trying to find the dang thing, but it turns out somebody removed it before I bought the truck. So now I'm kind of SOL as far as running the gas out of the tank, or running the gas out of the engine rather. So I don't know. I just don't know what to do from here. I've tried to look for the electrical wiring toward the fuel selector valve down below, but that doesn't appear to have any power going to it for some reason. So I got to do some research here. Starting off at this is a great note to start off on. So as you can see, it's dark now. So clearly haven't run the gas out of the engine yet. The method of just going off the rear tank seems to not have worked. I must have misunderstood the way the fuel system works. What must happen is when one tank runs out of fuel, it just starts drawing from the other one, I would assume, so that method isn't going to work. And not finding the inertia switch, or it being removed, kind of limits me in that option too. So I got to do some research tonight, and maybe ask some forums, or maybe some of you can help and comment some suggestions for how to remove all the fuel from the engine without draining it on the ground, or running all the fuel out of all the one tank, which is almost full. My only thoughts right now are to disconnect the one fuel line, the fuel line that takes fuel from the fuel selector valve to the engine, and just have it run off what's in there, and still have the sending or the return line attached. That's my only thought right now, but I really don't want to be dripping gas all over the ground or all over me. My other thought is to try to figure out how they bypass the inertia switch and somehow disconnect it. I don't know how that would work. I got to do some research. So yeah, end of day 1. It's, if this is how it's all going to go, it's not going to be that fun, but I'm still learning a lot, so I'm happy.